All right, what is going on, guys? What is Gucci? What is Gucci, gang? What up, man? We should have everything ready to go. Okay. It is Philosophical Friday, and it's our last stream of the week. Got a couple things for you. Wait a minute. Has this comma always been here, or is that new? Is that new? Did they put a comma in here? I could have sworn there was never a comma here until today or yesterday. That's new, Felix? Man, people, why does she have to change, you know? Can't just keep it the same. I knew something looked different. I just finally figured that out. All right, whatever. I knew something was different. Okay. Anyway, you stare at charts long enough, you realize one small detail, and you're going to be like, huh, something's not right. Anyways, what's good? Willow, Felix, Kobe, Naruto, Lucas, Hermita. Do I have some up my sleeve? I do. If we get a nasty sell-off, yeah. I'll have something up my sleeve if the S&P dumps. For sure. What's good? MJ, Kevin, Slim, Epic, Reginald. Good day to you as well. Ebrenith, Chris BJ, Nikki, Planet. Paulus, I think that's how you say that. What's good? So, I just released a PDF in the Discord, and I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about the ego a little bit. You guys cool with that? Are you cool with that, chat? Are you cool with that? Oh yeah, look at that up candle right there, baby. Dang. Look at that up candle. That's just nasty. S&P up candle right there. Boom. Let me see. Next week, Fed funds rate again. I don't even know. I don't think that far ahead sometimes. I don't always think that far ahead. But anyway, let me talk to you today about ego. So, you know, I don't want to get like too far into certain things, but you know, I share things with you guys, right? Like I share things that I feel is relevant to you guys to be able to learn something. And you know, when shit goes down, I like to rant a little bit on Instagram, all right? And that's just how it is. But I don't think it's ranting for ranting's sake. I do enjoy that. I do have fun with that. But there's usually a message involved in that. Am I quiet? We should be at normal volume today. I'm pretty sure it's a normal volume. Can we do a sound check real quick? Drop a 1 if you guys can hear and see, of course. Drop a 1 if you guys are ready. You might have to turn your speakers up. Don't know. Lucas says Philosophical Fridays are the biggest help in trading for the consistent profits. That and the second stage model, because the second leg or the second stage model showed its ass this week, baby. Oh my God. The second stage was crazy this week, bro. Phenomenal. Absolutely redonkulous. But okay, let me get into this. You know what? We might as well clip this too. Might as well, since we're here. All right. So what I want to talk about today is the ego. All right. A long time ago, I think I made Ego is the Enemy one of the book of the months. So it's a book by Ryan Holiday. But what I did a few minutes ago is I released a PDF into the Discord. So give me 2 seconds, because I thought I had that pulled up and I guess I didn't. Silly me. Silly me. Okay, there we go. So, ego. And one thing I did do as well is I kind of rushed the lesson plan. So I actually got a little bit of help from ChatGPT. All right. Now, I did put my own twist on it. So it's not like I just straight up copied ChatGPT, but I did use it to for a little bit of a better outline and a better understanding. So I tweaked some things, I took some things out, and this is kind of like what I want to present to you today. All right. So, I mean, we're still going to watch price action, of course. I want to see lower pricing if I had to say. Let me see, actually, if we can just stretch this over so we can at least see it. All right. Screen is blurry. It's probably your internet connection, my friend. Probably so. But all right. So last night, I went on a little bit of a tangent, and I said, one thing about elevation is that people at your current level or lower are going to be envious of your success. Most people don't want to put the work in and just want the results. You must never justify this type of mindset. Broke people who stay broke blame the rich or the government or their parents or whoever, which to me is preposterous. Take responsibility. You know, don't blame other people because you're broke. And what I mean by broke is not just monetary. I don't just mean that you don't have any money. Being broke to me starts in the mind as well. You can have a lot of money but still be broke. Okay, if you have no character or no morals, you understand? That's what I mean by that. I continued on and I said, lots of people walked out of my life. They still do. Or they act so rambunctiously. They just act, wild in a sense, that I have no choice but to leave them where they are, to boot them out of my life, essentially. It's awkward at first, but you'll get used to it. You'll realize that they only hurt themselves. Money in the bank and skill sets that you have will let you sleep peaceful at night. Success doesn't come without consequences. You think people are going to be happy to see you winning? No, not everybody will be happy to see you winning. And there's a reason that I'm going over this, but just give me a minute here. They're going to be envious. Keep winning and don't let these goobers hold you back. And the last slide on my Instagram story is your friends today are not going to be the same friends that you're going to have in 2 to 3 years. Some of them maybe, but not all of them. Especially when you read, make money, and have a good time. Watch your back. Don't say that you weren't warned. So what sparks these kind of ideas? Well, to be honest, it's my own life, G. Obviously I'm not in the MLM industry anymore, and certain people in the MLM industry, may not like that. There's people that may not like that. I'm on YouTube and that. I'm going to keep it crispy with you, bro. We're fucking winning. We're fucking winning, dude. I'm winning, you guys are winning, people are getting funded. Librites community has over $1 million in funding challenges, like past challenges, over $1 million fucking dollars funded. Like, we're winning, bro. And as much as I enjoy celebrating that, there's a little bit of ego involved, right? But at the same time, though, like, that's the point, though. The point is to win. The point is to become funded. The point is to make money and change your life, right? And be part of a community that is bigger than any individual. That's the fucking point. So I bring this up because, well, straight up, some people don't like what I'm doing, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you this because it's going to happen to you too. If you leave your job to be a day trader, no one's going to believe you. No one's going to be like, oh, that's legit or whatever. Like, these people are going to be mad. They still have to go to work. They still have to put on a uniform and clock in and listen to their bitch ass boss and stay in debt and all that bullshit, sit in traffic. They're going to be stuck in that matrix. They're going to be stuck, and you're going to separate yourself. You're going to elevate. That is the whole premise behind what I call the proximity success gap. Let me see if we can draw that on the chart really quick, actually, as we look at this big ass bull flag over here on the S&P. If you just simply understand this, okay, watch this. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do something like, all right, it ain't perfect, but it's good enough. And then we're going to have this starting point as well. And yes, I do talk about this in my next book. I just haven't put the visuals in yet. And I had been working on that, by the way. I got a lot done yesterday or the day before. But anyway, so what I'm trying to portray to you is a certain starting point, okay? Meaning maybe you met somebody or whatever, or maybe you're the same age or some shit. Both of you have basically a similar starting point, okay? And over time, this is what tends to happen. The starting point, okay? Meaning, let's say this is a year or 2 years or 3 years in lengths of time, okay? By the end of those 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years, whatever it is, if you are at the position that you started, you got the same, I guess, wealth, you got the same character and mindset, maybe level of maturity, like nothing really changed, you just stayed the same. That's stagnation. Okay, that's one of my biggest fears, just so you know. For those of you that do elevate to whatever degree over a long period of time, you are what? You are well above your starting point. You grew in wealth. You grew your business. You grew in your character. Maybe you lost weight, got in shape or whatever, like health, wealth, all that shit. You're up. You got funded, all this shit. Like, you're seeing success. Great. You're going to have friends. Whoops. That's funny, I misspelled failure, right? That's kind of like a built-in pun. Anyway, you have a starting point. You become successful. Maybe some people you know don't really do shit, so they stay the same no matter what. And then some people just, they became envious, they became jealous, they never really learned morals or ethics, they don't read, they just suck. Like, your life sucks, like, you have no money, no ambition, like, just, this is fucking terrible. All right. What I'm referring to, what I call the proximity success gap, okay, is that difference. Okay, do you see what I'm talking about? The difference between where you're at and where they are down here. There's a massive difference. And that difference gets bigger over time. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Drop a 2 if you guys are kind of getting this. It's a very easy concept. You make more money, you make more money, you make more money, you make more money. They get in debt, they get further in debt, they get further in debt. That gap just over time keeps going and keeps going. This is, to me, visually, this is a representation of why people become envious and jealous, and they become a hater, because they are either stagnant or losing and you are winning. Okay, so it's just, again, a very simple visualization of the proximity success gap. Proximity meaning your friends, your family, you know, people that you know, acquaintances, whatever. It's like they know you, right? And so what you don't want to be, obviously, is the person down here who's a fucking failure. You don't want to be stagnant, okay? You obviously want to be in, you know, somewhere in the level of I'm better than I used to be. All right? So there really is no top to this. I mean, you know, again, visual representation. So how can we become more like on the success side versus the stagnation side or the failure side? And that's where the ego comes in to play. What did I do with it? Dude, I just had it up here. What happened? 1 second, chat. Sorry, I don't know how I keep losing it. That's where the ego comes in. Okay? I guess we'll leave it over here for a minute. All right. So ego in psychological terms refers to a person's sense of self-importance and self-esteem. While a healthy ego can contribute to self-confidence and motivation, an overinflated ego or egotism can have several negative consequences. So here's 5 reasons why you should avoid being egotistical. It's not in order of importance, it's just a list, rather. All right. Number 1, it impedes personal growth. Egotistical individuals often avoid self-reflection and deeper inquiries about themselves, which are crucial for meaningful transformation and personal development. Number 2, being egotistical damages relationships. An egotistical attitude can lead to arrogance and self-centered behavior, making it difficult to form genuine connections with others. This can result in isolation and strained relationships. Yikes. Okay. And although I want, in this presentation, obviously I want you to think about yourself, but you can also think about other people too. Maybe you have a coworker or a boss or whoever that you're like, oh yeah, this is them. Like, like this is them, John. Oh my God. Or this might be you. Hopefully it's one of the two. All right. Number 3, being egotistical hinders leadership. Effective leadership requires humility, empathy, and the ability to listen. Egotistical leaders often struggle with these qualities, leading to poor decision-making and a lack of trust from their team. I could go probably on like a 30-minute rant just on that about the MLM industry, but we're going to move right along. Number 4, it limits learning and adaptability. Egotistical individuals may resist seeking help or admitting mistakes. We all know people that probably never apologized or have never admitted mistakes before, which limits their ability to learn from others and adapt to new situations. This can hinder both personal and professional growth. Number 5, It creates a negative perception. Society often views boastful and arrogant behavior negatively, which can damage one's reputation and opportunities for success. So, in summary, while a healthy ego is essential, being egotistical can lead to personal and professional challenges. Cultivating humility, self-awareness, and a willingness to learn and connect with others is crucial for long-term success and fulfillment. So the rest of this PDF, there's only like 2 more pages. This is the first page. The second page goes over, I believe, humility. Yeah. The second page goes over humility. The fourth page, like the third explanation page, is about self-awareness. Okay, so you know kind of why being egotistical can be bad for you and for your business, for your team, for your leadership, and there's like no good to that. What I want to do for you now is watch the S&P trade higher, I guess, because I want it to go lower. We've been killing it all week, so it's only a matter of time before you get it wrong. All right, so anyway, cultivating humility involves intentional practices that can help a person develop self-awareness, empathy, and a balanced perspective on their own importance. Now, if you just came in here, or, you know, like if you're late or whatever, this PDF is in the Discord. So if you don't want to like follow along with what I'm doing, or you want to, you know, read this for yourself, it's in the Discord general chat. You can download it. It's free. Okay. So how can a person cultivate humility? Number 1, practice active listening. Listen more than you speak. That Zeno, right? Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? Give your full attention to others when they speak and seek to understand their perspectives before responding. A good leader would definitely do that too. Number 2, seek feedback. Actively seek feedback from colleagues, friends, and family. This helps you understand how others perceive you and identify areas for personal growth, as long as they're legit about it, because some people might just be like, yeah, you suck, and then that's it. But, you know, if they're honest and constructive, then that's a good thing. All right. Number 3, and this is like one of my business principles as well, being, you know, people over profit, and the whole servant leadership idea from John Maxwell. I know Lee Bright knows probably about that. Reading a lot of John Maxwell this year. Serve others. Choose to serve others without expecting anything in return. Acts of service foster a sense of humility by putting others' needs before your own. So if you study under somebody, you know, whether it's trading or business or entrepreneurship or whatever, if they're not putting you first, go somewhere else. Okay, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. Number 4, reflect on your actions. Encourage self-reflection to understand your motivations and behaviors. This practice can help you identify egotistical tendencies and work towards humility. You can reflect on your own trading as well. That's probably a good thing too. So, I don't know, time and time again, I had told you guys to journal. I have told you guys to do self-reflection. We did, I think, Q4 reflection or something last year, and Q1, I think, and Q2. Q3 is coming up, right? Number 5, express gratitude. Regularly express gratitude for what you have and for the contributions of others. Gratitude helps shift focus away from oneself and recognize the value others bring to your life. So one of the journals that I have is a gratitude journal. I think I've showed you this before. It is a gratitude journal, and the link to this one is in the PDF, by the way. It's at the bottom. Okay, so I did leave a link if you want this specific one. It's kind of expensive, I'm not gonna lie to you. So if you just want a regular piece of paper, you can definitely do that. But I have a gratitude journal, and that's exactly what it's for. And it even comes with its own prompts and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty cool. All right. Number 6, acknowledge mistakes. Be willing to admit and learn from your mistakes. This openness to growth and change is a key component of humility, right? So I think I touched on that earlier, how we probably know people that have never apologized before. They didn't want to seem weak, or they don't want to look bad in front of others. All right, that's not the right way to do it. You have to acknowledge your mistakes, okay? And there's plenty of people that don't do that. That's a problem, right? Who was it? 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, never appear too perfect. Right. Oh yeah. Hopefully you read 48 Laws. That was book of the month of, I think, a few months ago. Moving on. Number 7, avoid comparison. Compare yourself only to your past self, not to others. This helps you focus on personal growth rather than fostering jealousy or pride. Okay. Now, one thing too, I will admit, in the last pretty much all of 2024 and probably most, if not all of 2023, I really did not focus on what other people are doing. I don't care what other people are trading. I don't care what other communities are doing. I don't care. I care about the SMS community. I care about the Discord. I care about you guys and the people that follow me on Instagram too. I serve them to a degree as well. I'm not looking at what other people are doing. I think, okay, what is the best that we can do for this community? And, how can I pick the best book of the month for you guys? And I come up with lesson plans, right? And everything is tailored for you, right? And I don't care what other communities are doing. So it's not a surprise that this community is growing. It's not a surprise that you guys are getting funded, right? And learning how to become an independent trader, right? Some of you guys are posting charts. Some of you take better entries than I do anyway. Like, you guys are learning and winning, right? Because we're focused. I'm focused on you guys. You guys are focused on the markets. You're trading and you're doing well. And there's signatures of that. I'm not just saying that, just to say that. Go look at the, what is it? Not the announcements one. Shit. What's the word I'm looking for? The feedback one. What's the one for the feedback, chat? Do you guys know it? Testimonials. Thank you, Naruto. Thank you for that. I don't know how I couldn't think of that. That's crazy. Teamwork makes the dream work, though. The testimonials tab. Go look at it, right? Every single month, the last few months, somebody's been getting funded. Multiple people have gotten funded in like a week or even a day. There's videos on this YouTube channel, testimonials with Jeff, Zay, and a few others that have gotten funded. Like, come on, bro. And yeah, Lucas, it's still there. And just to close this out, by incorporating these practices into daily life, a person can develop a more humble, grounded, and authentic approach to interacting with others and understanding themselves. Okay, beautiful. So again, we talked about the ego and why you would want to avoid being egotistical. And then we went over a little bit on humility. And then now we'll talk a little bit about self-awareness. Okay, it's a little bit shorter, but this is an introduction to the ego. All right. And I'm still glancing over at the S&P, and it's still forming this really big bull flag here. So I think we're gonna probably dump and trade lower. So I'm kind of just keeping that in the corner of my eye. Trying to trade and fucking teach at the same time. I don't recommend it. Building self-awareness is a crucial aspect of personal and professional development. Here are several strategies to help you become more self-aware. Number 1, this one's kind of in order. Clarify your values, right? There was a video and a PDF that I put out a long time ago, my business principles, right? I publicly stated my 4 of my business principles. Okay. And now, again, the channel continues to grow, the community continues to grow, and it was not a secret. It's never been a secret, it never will be a secret. It's always been public. And it's working, obviously, right? Not to be egotistical, but I'm just saying, it's been out there. I'm not hiding this from anybody. I clarified the values that I want to stand on for this community and for myself, okay? Identifying and understanding your core values can guide your decisions and behavior, making you more self-aware. Number 2, set goals and reflect. Write down your goals and periodically reflect on your progress. This can help you stay aligned with your values and understand your motivations and challenges. I didn't include this today because I haven't updated it, but what have you noticed a lot of the times? Look at down here, right? That member goal and that subscriber goal. Those are goals that I have for this channel and for this community. So I didn't update it today or yesterday, so the number might be slightly off, but you guys know 90% of the time here we have this member goal and a subscriber goal. Okay? Practicing what you preach. Take notes, MLM industry. Number 3, keep a journal. Writing daily entries about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences can help you track your emotional patterns and understand yourself better. And we talk about that in the trading journey as well. Do we not do that? Have we not talked about journals all the time? Yes, we have. And I have another one too. I have a lot of these, my friend. I've shown you time and time again. All right, we really do this, okay? Number 4, that's kind of a repeat. To seek feedback from others, ask your friends or whatever, like all that shit. Moving on, reflect on your impact. Consider how your actions affect others. That's a big one, especially if you're a leader or if you run a community. Consider how your actions affect others. This reflection can help you understand your strengths and weaknesses in interpersonal interactions. And just to close out the self-awareness, by incorporating these practices into your routine, you can develop a deeper understanding of yourself, leading to improved decision-making and stronger relationships. Okay? And then, like I said, the last page has some resources. If you want to read Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday, if you have not read that already, you need to. That link is there. The journaling notebooks, this black one that I have here, it also comes in other colors. The 2-pack, I think, is like $15. The link is there if you want to buy it off of Amazon. The leather journal 5x7, this is one of them. It's more expensive, obviously, but it's up to you. But I did include the 5x7 leather journal. If you guys want to pick that up, you can do that. I think it's like $20 or $25. And the one I showed earlier, the gratitude journal with the daily prompts, that is also on Amazon as well. Okay. So again, there's at least 3 different types of journals that I have here. Just right next to me, I have more, but these are like the 3 immediate ones right here. Okay. So if you haven't journaled, start journaling. And that is going to wrap that up. All right. Oh, that's where it was, in a new tab. That's where it was. Alrighty then. So anyway, if you guys have any questions on what we went over today or why we went over this today, ask in the chat. But I wanted to put that out there. I wanted to give you guys some philosophical thought, right? To be able to think about how to be better, how to live better, how to lead better, all that kind of stuff. And so hopefully that helps you today. Oh God. The Dow's kind of in the middle of this range here. That's gross and disgusting. So I feel like S&P is probably the best watch for today. Okay. 52.94.5 has low resistant lows from this morning. That would also be the AM session low here on this Friday. And then, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, there's this rather obvious bull flag here. So I kind of wanted to, have some fun with that and see if we were going to be able to rip. Right now, it is a Friday, so if we don't get the volatility, if we don't get that movement, I won't be surprised per se. Number two, I don't really know if we have anything on a higher time frame. Realistically, I mean, I guess on the 1 hour we might have that mitigation here, sort of. High, low, higher, high. We ripped kind of through that, so we're back within that. So I mean, that's kind of going for it as well. So higher time frame, potential mitigation, smaller time frame liquidity, and a bullish retail pattern. So I could see lower pricing. Do you recommend TradeZella as an online journaling tool, or should I keep it in paper? Well, honestly, it's up to you, but I've never used TradeZella before. So I can't give you a recommendation on something I've never used. I recently got into Notion. I knew about Notion a long time ago, and I don't know why I didn't get into it back then. But I think it was Siva who told me about Notion, and I like it. So I use that a little bit. I really use that more for my writing than I do for the trading side. The trading side, I do like the screenshots, obviously, and then I like printing off the charts and marking them up by hand. But I would say my biggest habit when it comes to the trading side is the journaling, though. Like, I'll journal the things I just told you. It's Friday. We have a bullish retail pattern, but a level of liquidity on the downside. Yada yada yada. So, in other words, it's up to you, and I can't comment on TradeZella because I've never used it. Okay? Oh, and we can end that clip, by the way. So I'll try and edit that this weekend and put that out as a video later on. British pound? Oh, man, I don't know. I think currencies this week have been, I don't know, kind of janky. Look at that daily time frame. Like, what is that? We traded above April's high, and then we didn't sell off, and we traded higher instead. Okay, not an issue there. But the euro has traded lower, so there's definitely a difference there, right? The last 2 weeks or week and a half, we again have seen British pound trade higher, and the euro is traded lower. So there's weakness over in the euro on a higher time frame. I would say 108.64 or 63 is small time frame equal highs for the euro. So that could obviously, we could obviously trade up and into that. If the euro does that, British pound, I think, could go with it, especially this morning. If you look at that Friday 1 a.m. candle here, we took Thursday's low, right? And I don't think euro did. That 1 a.m. candle is here. So, in other words, accumulation on euro, manipulation for British pound, and obviously we've traded higher since then. So to long it now, after it's rallied like 60 points or 60 pips already, I'm not going to do that. We've already taken a previous day's high, as well. So longing after a previous high has been met, that's probably not good either. Oh, there was news? Oh, that makes sense then, because that wasn't even London. So that makes sense then. But obviously the buy was after the manipulation. Look at that, right? Manipulation, we trade higher. It's kind of a crappy mitigation there, but you know, you do have that. We trade higher, trades down into these down candles here, right? And it spent a lot of time there on a 15-minute time frame. In London, it spent an hour there, but you know, it takes off. Order flow has been bullish. Imbalance being respected here. Probably a reaccumulation level here as well. Yeah, that's pretty crispy on a, again, on a 15-minute time frame. Right? Level of distribution, up candle being respected here. So yeah, it's so late in the day, it's so late in the movement, it's so late in the week. I would not do anything right now. I wouldn't. But yeah, great question. I don't cover currencies all that much anymore like I used to, but it's all the same. Like, it's all the same. There was a video I put out, price action secrets you should know. By the way, I just put in timestamps on that video too. So I went over like 10 different things in that 40-minute segment. So if you want to watch that this weekend, I suggest you do that. It's a public video. It's not a members only video. It should be a members only video, but it's public. And these types of ideas are what I talk about, how everything on the left can be utilized on the right, like inverted concepts and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't know what I'm talking about here, go check that video out. You're probably going to shit yourself. So wear a diaper. Wear a diaper. Do you consider yourself as a scalper? No, probably not. Sometimes, but not always. So no. Who needs labels, my friend? Who needs labels? So S&P took that high right here. Look at that. And NQ did not. So that looks like manipulation there on the S&P. Small time frame, obviously, but that bull flag is just so clean. I mean, it's so obvious, right? Higher lows and lower highs. Oh yeah. This is setting up for a drastic move lower. Unless I'm wrong. But that's the only thing that I'm watching for today. Dow's in the middle of a range. It already took liquidity this morning. So it's hard for me to justify lower pricing on Dow. Even though it is our weakest index, it's hard for me to justify lower pricing when we've already taken liquidity. So that's a little bit difficult for me. And then with the Nasdaq, we don't really have lows. Oh, actually we do. But Nasdaq's our strongest index today, and I am not entirely confident that we would have the volatility to get down here today. So, in other words, on Friday, I lower my expectations. And so, again, the S&P to me is just the most clean and the most, I would say, high probability for today. We don't really have lows down there either, but yeah. So that's all that I'm watching for today. You guys have any last minute questions, or are we done for the week? Because I don't have anything else for you. I wanted to make sure I got that ego stuff done today. Because I'm telling you, man, life is different when you win. Life is different when you win. I promise. The people that you think are going to be happy for you will not be. Some some might be. If you got a genuine friend or a, you know, genuine family member, then yeah, they will be. But I can guarantee you most people are wolves in sheep's clothing. And I don't mean that, you know, to be like negative Nancy or anything, but it happens, bro. You look at history, I look at my own life, I look at other people's life, and it's like people that aren't successful are very unhappy people. And you have to be aware of that. Otherwise you're going to get wrecked because you're not going to expect it. Do I take any supplements? Nah. Nah, I don't take any supplements. I drink Rainstorm energy drinks. I think that has some shit. Oops. I think that has some shit in it, like vitamin D or whatever. I don't even know. But that's it. Why do you? What do you take? Oh, lack of sun? Oh, shit. Well, come to Texas, man. You'll get nothing but sun. What am I doing this weekend? Oh, God. I don't know. I'll probably work on finishing my book. That will be probably a priority. Today's a cheat day, so I'll probably either order tacos or I might make some macaroni and cheese. That sounds pretty good. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Oh, I did get new weights in. So in my garage I have I have two 10-pound dumbbells and I just got some 15s in. So and let me stop you guys real quick. You might think, oh John, 10 pounds, that's fucking nothing. Yeah, well, lift them bitches like 100 times. And you tell me how heavy it is on that 101. You understand? Like, shit gets heavy. But I got the 15s because I've been on 10s for so long. I could practically throw those 10s across like the entire neighborhood. So I'll probably start with the 15s so I can, you know, be better. Oh, that's a good question. How do you break into the threshold of consistency in trading? So if you look for the same high probability setup every week, you in the long run you'll find consistency. If you're trying to trade multiple models that you aren't really familiar with and you just trade every day regardless of news or whatever, like you're not going to find consistency. It's likely that you won't find consistency doing that. But if you look for the same high probability setups every week, you'll find consistency. But it's also going to be about other ideas too. You can't just take the same setup and then expect consistency. You know, you got to manage your risk accordingly. You got to, you know, have your patience to be able to hold trades and wait for trades and all that. It definitely is a process. But that's the short answer to that. What's slow will grow. Yeah, I agree. Did I post that prediction from S&P on X? No, I didn't. Like what we're looking at right now, I didn't post it. I feel like this could happen, but Friday, I'm telling you, Friday's typically my worst day, and we're heading into a 3-day weekend. And we've already done crazy shit this week. Monday was beautiful, Tuesday was great, and then I think Wednesday or Thursday was really good as well. So the two market reviews I put out this week, I think are very, very above average market reviews. And when you see that, like when you get really clean price action, you get spectacular moves throughout the week, Fridays can typically be rather dull. So because of that, I did not post this. I only tell you guys because I teach with live price, okay? So if I'm looking for something, this is what I think is the highest probability for today. Okay? But that doesn't mean that I have a lot of confidence like earlier this week on Nasdaq. So, no, I didn't post this. All right? You'd like me to do a video of what trading was like when you started out the first time so we can learn? You know, to be honest, I don't really think you need that. I was horrible when I first started. You know, I was looking at trend lines and shit, and I don't even remember what else, but it was like, I probably went through a lot of indicators too, like the MACD or the RSI and stuff like that. I went through that for, I don't know, a long time. It would probably do you more damage than good to show you a lot of the old shit that I used to do. So I'm probably not going to do that. So not to be mean, but I'm just giving you, I'm just going to tell it to you like it is, bro. Probably not going to do that. So, all right, chat. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to stick to that idea, even if I'm proven wrong. I think the S&P might be able to sell off here. But enjoy your weekend. Like Nikki said, Memorial Day or Veterans Day or whatever it is. Monday is a bank holiday, so I'll probably still stream on Monday, though. But y'all enjoy your weekend. Be blessed. And next week, I'll put out book of the month for June. May, June. Yeah, so we'll do that next week. But hopefully you guys learned something. Drop a like on the stream before you go if you got some value today. All right? So y'all be good, man. And I will see you on Monday.